Is Netflix the enemy of cinema? Because based on this report right here from IGN, it might not be good for theaters in the future. Now, it says here they want to keep movies in theaters from Warner Brothers for just 17 days.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
And if that does end up being true, movie theaters are in a lot of trouble because what's going to happen is whether you like superhero movies or other projects from Warner Brothers, if the reviews from those movies aren't that good, then you're not going to have this incentive to go out and spend what, 20 bucks to go see a movie. If you got a family of four, you might be spending $100. That includes like snacks and the tickets themselves. You can just wait a month for it to come out and stream it. Let's just say Netflix has an agreement with AMC, these are the movie theaters, and says, you know what, we'll have it out for 25 days. All of a sudden, a blockbuster movie like Superman, Batman, folks like, you know what, I could go see it, but I'll just wait for it to come out on streaming. This is going to create a major problem for movie theaters and their profits. If you have a situation where Netflix is making their own movies, guess what? You have to watch everything on Netflix. I remember trying to buy Claws. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies. And you can't. You have to go watch it directly on Netflix. And if they get a hold of Warner Brothers and they're making projects in the future for superhero stuff, and you can only watch on Netflix, that can be problematic. It just leaves the consumer with less options. So if they get in a situation where they're abiding by the contract, and this is going to happen. I don't think this is going to take place immediately. That's not realistic because you got producers making these films. They're coming out in the next few years. I think Netflix will hold back for now, but in the 2030s, I will not be surprised if Netflix ends up shortening the window when it comes to movies coming out in theaters because now they have control. And I'm sure Warner Brothers and Netflix right now are negotiating these movies that they're making. And Netflix is probably playing, nice guy right now. We know the CEO of Netflix did say, look, we're going to honor the movies coming out in theaters. But I do believe it's only a matter of time before Netflix begins pushing for shorter and shorter theatrical windows. So the problem with that is when it does take place and they're able to get their agreement in and the streaming services starts to take over even more in the theaters, that's just going to kill Warner Brothers and kill the theaters as a whole. Then you have less theaters out there. And as a consumer, it's like, okay, do you want it? Let's just say you have a local theater nearby, but they go out of business because they're not making money because Netflix is taking those movies and putting them at home faster. So now it's a situation like, do I want to drive an extra 20 minutes just to go see a movie or extra 30 minutes? That's what's at stake here. I don't like this idea whatsoever. I would love to see Paramount get Warner Brothers, but I think they dropped the ball big time. They should have submitted the bid sooner, offered more, but they did not do right by Warner Brothers, in my opinion. I think delaying their offer after Warner Brothers said, hey, submit your final bid, and it was less than Netflix. Now they want to go to the shareholders and say, you know what, Warner Brothers did us wrong. Listen to our offer. It's just not a good look. So with Netflix buying Warner Brothers, I don't trust them whatsoever. I don't think they're going to honor a longer theater time. I think what we're going to see is major changes in movie theaters. And if you love superhero films and content, that could be, not cool because you want to see these movies do well successfully in the theaters. So these producers and directors can make movies and can make their money and we can get good content from DC. So if we have a situation where Netflix has more control over, let's just say they're like, you know what, let's do 10 days. Like we have to understand things are going to change big time. And I don't think the prices for Netflix is going to change a lot when it comes to their subscription costs, unless they want to lose subscribers. I don't see that happening. But when it comes to the genres of Warner Brothers, like your superhero films, that is going to hurt them big time. And it makes you wonder what else could be changing in theaters going forward. We already know there's the quality for movies isn't as good. They're not making as much money with some of these films. There's a lot of different factors. Streaming, wokeness, not everything is woke in movies. Like this past year, Superman and Fantastic Four, they were fine. I liked Fantastic Four more than Superman. That's just my personal opinion. But there wasn't any wokeness in those movies. I know some people like to make the argument there was. I didn't see it. But that has played a part when it comes to movies over the last 10 years. So you have that going on. You have the cost of tickets going up. And then you have your streaming, your Disney Plus, your Max, and these other streaming platforms where fans are like, you know what? If the movie's not worth going to see in theaters, I'll wait 3 months. Now imagine if it's only 17 days. Now you're like, do I really want to pay that much just to be the first to see it? I can wait. And if Netflix has the ability to negotiate a situation like, okay, you only have it for 24 hours, it's going to be a major issue for theaters going forward. So again, I don't know where we're going to end up. I do think it's going to take some time before we see this actually play out because of contracts right now with movies and producers. I don't think it's going to happen immediately, but in the 2030s I could see this being a major shift. And yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts, guys, about what you think about Netflix potentially, again, this is just a report, about shortening movie run times in theaters to just 17 days. Are you a fan of Netflix acquiring Warner Brothers? Love to hear your thoughts on that. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.